celebrate stealing. People celebrate other things. People celebrate evil more than righteousness. So that is what I said. When the Pharisees do what the righteous will do, it's unfortunate. Even you must start from the home. When you see a child, he or she comes home with something you don't expect him to own, you don't ask questions. How come about it? Even at villages, we celebrate our sons and daughters who have made us proud by way of stealing. You don't ask questions. That is the problem. And they use their ill-gotten money to buy people. A situation where a father will now worship his son because of money he has. So Nigerians have been brought to that level that we don't bother about morality. We don't bother about rule of law. We don't bother about integrity. We celebrate people who have made it. It's unfortunate. I begin to wonder. You see, a situation where somebody says, I bought this from. I bought this. I made you. But before you make happen, somebody made you. That does not mean that you will not strangulate him to death. It's not bad. In Nigeria today, in the eyes of the world, we are not practicing democracy. We don't obey the rule of law. That is why some foreign investors run away from Nigeria because they look at their laws. How do you obey? Even the lawmakers break it. People are now after themselves, not after those who elected them. So if you want to ask me, I say that Nigerians have been reduced to the point that they celebrate evil, not righteousness. They celebrate money without knowing the source of the money. And I know in my own upbringing, I know that you have to pay the price of success by currency of our labor. Like my friend said initially, he said people have now looked at it that the only easiest way to make money is through going into the politics, so that they'll be able to grab. At the detriment of the people who supposedly have elected them, we have not elected these people. If you must make sure that we elect you, you must submit yourself to the rule of law. We must make sure that you are properly screened.
Thank you.
Some of them are there with their correct certificate.
Thank you.
It's no.
Thank you,
So it's unfortunate. We must kill God fatalism. We must make sure that we abide by the rule of law. And our constitution has a problem. Even the aspect that is good, do we obey it? We don't obey it. So it is too bad that we must kill these monsters.
Right. All right. Well, let's talk about political violence, because we have seen an unprecedented amount of violence, at least in the last couple months, all attributed to, political tussle and what have you. Not like that's the only reason we're seeing violence in the country, but the frequency with which there's been a call for a state of emergency. It really forced me to go sit down and research the conditions under which declaring a state of emergency is necessary. And I saw that it's usually in cases of a natural disaster, a civil unrest or armed conflict, maybe a medical pandemic or an epidemic or something of the kind. We have seen a flood disaster. We're still experiencing it. We have some states that are fully submerged. We've also seen a fair share of civil unrest. We have some parts of the country where individuals are not allowed to be outside on certain days. We've also seen violence as a result of political tussle. The most recent example being the burning of local government area and also the killing of 5 individuals, according to a report. And yes, the violence is usually more in some regions than the other. We recently even dealt with a medical issue, the outbreak of cholera and mpox as well. And in a way, we've sort of ticked all the boxes when it comes to situations that can warrant the call for a state of emergency. But I want to know what your position is. What is your position on the call for a state of emergency? And what are the consequences that it will pose to us as a democratic nation if we honor that call in a state like Rivers, for example? Because a state of emergency would mean the governor would have to step aside. Right? And once we find ourselves doing things like that, we are slowly moving close to fire. Sir, talk to us, Mr. Oshiomhole. What would be the long-term consequence of a situation like adhering to the call for a state of emergency. And like I said, Rivers State can be the example for your analysis. Please, sir, go ahead.
This is if it happens in Rivers, that wouldn't be the first time it will be happening, and it will only have been so much done to the will and caprices of the FCT minister Sᴛʞᴜᴜ who had promised to put fire in that state, and he would have had a last. However, we had a state of emergency declared in Ekiti State when former President Olusegun Obasanjo had to remove former Governor Ayo Fayoṣe. We also had it declared in Plateau State when the same former President Olusegun Obasanjo had to remove Joshua Dariye. I think so, yes, Joshua Dariye. And I think in one other state like that. My opinion is that if you have to declare state of emergency, it does not have to be for political vendetta. It does not have to be for political shenanigans and manipulation. If any state of emergency is going to be declared in a Rivers State as of today, then state of emergency should be declared in the country as a whole, because there is nothing happening in Rivers State that is not happening in any part of the country. How come you have a state election body, conducting elections? APC state win all the local governments, or leave one as just a kind of a gift to the opposition. Then PDP state will conduct a local government election and win all the local government seats for the party, and maybe give just one or two to the opposition. So it is a mockery, as I said. It is a bastardization of the ethics and the purpose, the essence of democracy, that as it is being practiced in the penal crime. And the good thing about it is that we all know, and we are all aware of it. You know it. The actors, the key actors, they know it. The media know it. The students, the workers, everyone knows that this is not the democracy people died for. This is not the democracy the Baghdad Kato of this world was bombed for. The Bola Wole of this world were driven underground for. That the Tell magazine, the News magazine, all of them, the Punch newspapers were proscribed for. This isn't the democracy that people yearn for, because except it begins to reduce out of school a number of out of school children, except it begins to help to decrease poverty rate, except it begins to help to decrease unemployment rate, except it begins to put food on the table of Nigerians. Then it is not a democracy.
Well, if you are just joining the conversation, you have missed quite a lot. It's been about 40 minutes of intense banter back and forth, trying to make sense of our reality as the Nigerian people, and also the political administration in the country. So many questions. It's very contentious. Trying to understand it can almost drive you mad, in a manner of speaking. Well, I do have here two gentlemen who have done their best in trying to make sense or rationalize these situations, but trying to make sense of these issues, like I said before, can be a very difficult thing to do. Osᴜɔ̀mọ̀lẹ̀ Richard Inuma is a journalist, a media consultant, and Assistant General Secretary, Guild of Public Affairs Analysts of Nigeria. He's been with us. Also, Mazi Chinedu Mobioha, who is a public affairs analyst, has been talking to us as we attempt to understand why we have a group of political class who are more focused about retaining their political structure, about retaining their hold on power, about retaining their hands in the cookie jar, rather than focusing on governance and also the implementation application of the rule of law. We earlier spoke about godfatherism and also how a lot of people now deem themselves to be more powerful than the institutions that even put them in power. Now let's talk about how the federal government has a role in all of this. And we must all be answerable to someone, regardless of whatever position we hold. Even the president himself, that's the number one man of the federation, is answerable to the people. To some extent, answerable to the Senate, which is why the Constitution sort of provides that the Senate can veto the president. No one man should have absolute power, but sometimes the brazenness with which certain individuals disregard the law or even boast about it make you wonder the role of the central government. In all of this conflict, Mr. Osᴜᴜᴜ, godfather against godson, party factions against party factions, farmers against herders, and so on and so forth. What is the role of the federal government in conflict resolution, and what level of interference are they allowed? What extent of power and might can the federal government wield in trying to deal with issues like this one?
Yeah, you see, we need what I call positive godfatherism, and we all have our role models. And Sage, you won't be out of point to call your mentor your godfather, a positive one for that matter. And I have mine. Everyone has someone who has one way or the other mentored him or her. And that is why we need a structure, leadership structure that can throw up leaders, with right values, with qualities that help to entrench patriotism, nationalism, human capital development, what I would call well-being of citizens. So expect all this, but how do you get it when you have leaders who show up accidentally? In the United States, in Europe, most countries of the Western world, you have that political structure, leadership structure that you don't have to leave pothole on the road. You do not have to unnecessarily allow companies to shut down, to add to unemployment rate. You do not have to leave that guy or that lady who has toiled for many years in school. You don't need to leave him or her unemployed so that we won't have security threats. So what we are saying here is that godfatherism in its positive scope isn't really a bad one. But how can you achieve that when you do not even have the structure that throws up leadership? In patriotism, in discipline, in hard work, in the right values. You don't have a positive. When you have a structure and a value that tells you that elections will be do or die, when you have values that continue to say grab and run with it, when you have values that say, look, just get rich or die trying, has been displayed by the youth and their political leaders. So it then boils down to who is going to arrest who. The Yahoo boys keep doing what they are doing. The political class keep doing what they are doing. The religious leaders keep doing what they are doing. They begin to beg for questions. Where will the hapless citizens run to?
Thank you, Mr. Sean. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There has to be leadership in place to salvage it so that citizens can have somewhere to run to.
Right. I would like to get Maz's opinion on this particular subject matter as well, because we're due for a break at 5. So if you can very briefly, in about 3 to 4 minutes, Maz Ichinedu-Mobioha, talk to us about the role that the federal government can play in all of this, and what's the extent of their power? How much interference are they afforded in an attempt to resolve all the political struggles that we have in the problem, especially with political parties, godfather and godson? What should the federal government be doing at a time like this one? Mazi.
Yeah, thank you very much once again. The federal government, vis-a-vis the president, is expected to be the father of all. Election has been conducted and it's gone. They're now focusing on the governance. and is going to oversee the happenings in the state. In a situation where there are crises in the state, the president is supposed to come out and stand on the rule of law. One, stand as a neutral person, condemn where condemnable, praise where praisable. But the situation where you see the federal government siding one person or one party, it now gives a signal of anarchy. It gives hatred. It gives them for hatred. It makes people to believe that it is because it's not from my party or whatever. So the role of the federal government in this case is to stand neutrally, to advise. In the case of Wike was a former governor, and we know the role he played in last election, and he got what he bargained. Now he's the federal minister in the FCT. All these things is used to say on national television that we put fire. Is that expected from a person of that caliber? And the president added he didn't do anything. Even last Saturday, when was it Saturday or Sunday, whatever, where he made mention of the crisis in the rivers, he did not balance his advice. He only mentioned the governor. What about two persons are fighting? You mentioned the other one being suppressed. You didn't mention the person beating the one that's been suppressed. It's unfair, which means people read meaning, so people are saying that it's one-sided. It's not supposed to be like that. So the federal government has a role to play a balanced advice and taking a decision that is not looked at being partisan. But what we see here now is that it's because it's not a political party that believe that, and they give contribution when it's not supposed to have control of it. So the federal government should be held responsible in what is happening in Rivers State. And in other cases, my good friend mentioned about the state of the national assembly. That was why the leader is a person who has influence. A leader is a person who justified. A leader is a person who people look onto. Not being partisan, not being side-winded.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mazi. Actually, I had to very briefly come in conversations, and at that point, you'd be allowed to join the conversation and say one or two things. Maybe you want to support some of the statements that have been made by our guest, or you have talking about retaining political structure. Have been my guest so far. Please stick around after this commercial break. We'll be here to continue the conversation. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos. Chai, my head oh. Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? Eh? My village people don't come again oh. This one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result oh. Oga landlord, no be your village people. Na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta. I don dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Are you a whiz with words? Would you like to become MTN CEO for a day? Here is an opportunity to showcase your skills and win big in the MTN MPOS Spelling Bee competition. That's right, the Spelling Bee competition is back for another edition with a chance for spelling enthusiasts across Nigeria to showcase their skills and win awesome prizes. Wondering what's up for grabs? Look no further. Alongside the grand title of Spelling Bee Champion Jam, there are up to 24 million naira worth of school grants, laptops, and smartphones to be won. That's not all. The top 3 participants get to win cash prizes for their teachers and laptops for their schools. Awesome, right? Wondering how to participate? It is easy. Simply head over to mtn.ng/mpause to sign up and get the opportunity to win big. Round 1 kicks off from September 9th all through to October 24th, 2024. It promises to be an experience to learn, play, and shine with MTN mpause. MTN, what are you waiting for? Can you spell like a pro? Head over there now.
Celebration 2024 don reach o. This one na look and laugh. E go begin with artwork competition on September 21st. Oya make una get ready to move at the Afrobeat dance competition wey go shele on September 28th at the New Africa Shrine. Dress like Fela competition go dey on 5th of October at Freedom Park. E never finish o. The intellectual Fela debate go dey on the 14th of October at the Neka Hall. On October 14 go reach October 20 go be the ogbonge legendary celebration music concert with Sᴏ̀ū Kuti, Made Kuti, and Femi Kuti, plus including top music stars. No miss am o. Celebration 2024 na Lagos State Government, Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Chelsea Dry Gin, Gulder, Legend Stout, Fearless Energy Drink, Sosa, Indomie Instant Noodles, The Plug, and the street media dey support am. Celebration 2024 make everybody say yeah yeah.
Are you a whiz with words? Would you like to become MTN CEO for a day? Here is an opportunity to showcase your skills and win big in the MTN mpause Spelling Bee competition. That's right, the Spelling Bee competition is back for another edition with a chance for spelling enthusiasts across Nigeria to showcase their skills and win awesome prizes. Wondering what's up for grabs? Look no further. Alongside the grand title of Spelling Bee Jam, there are up to 24 million naira worth of school grants, laptops, and smartphones to be won. That's not all. The top 3 participants get to win cash prizes for their teachers and laptops for their schools. Awesome, right? Wondering how to participate? It is easy. Simply head over to mtn.ng/mpause to sign up and get the opportunity to win big. Round 1 kicks off from September 9th all through to October 24th, 2024. It promises to be an experience to learn, play, and shine with MTN mpause. MTN, what are you waiting for? Can you spell like a pro? Head over there now.
There. Yes, you just won 5,000 naira cash. And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you. You behind. Of course, you're not left out. How does 1,000 naira airtime and 2,000 naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
You dey find ways to save your data. You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps where you know they use, but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes. Make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting, make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps where you know they use to save your data when you know they use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message they come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Celebration 2024 don reach o. This one na look and laugh. laugh. It go begin with artwork competition on September 21st. Ʀᴏᴜᴜ get ready to move at the Afrobeat dance competition wey go shele on September 28th at the New Africa Shrine. Dress like Fela competition go dey on 5th of October at Freedom Park. E never finish o. The intellectual Fela debate go dey on the 14th of October at the Neka Hall. On October 14 go reach October 20 go be the Ogbonge legendary celebration music concert with Sᴏ̀ū Kuti, Made Kuti and Femi Kuti plus including top music stars. No miss am o. Celebration 2024 na Lagos State Government, Lagos State Ministry of Tourism, Chelsea Dry Gin, Gulda, Legend Stout, Fearless Energy Drink, Sosa, Indomie Instant Noodles, The Plug and the street media dey support am. Celebration 2024 make everybody say yeah yeah.
When your whole world comes crashing down, is look up. Assemble the team. It's showtime. The brains waking up.
What'd you have for breakfast?
We are the sound of Lagos, and this is mainland 98.3 FM Lagos.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
In our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us now, there is nothing, we are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join Oභìyẹmí as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial mainland 98.3 FM. We'll welcome you roommates as we discuss the situations.
Welcome back and thank you for your patience. This is the Situation Room on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. About 40 to 50 minutes we've spent trying to make sense of why we have individuals who are more obsessed with retaining power than actually governing the people and also implementing the rule of law. We've had quite an eventful 50 minutes, I might add. We've analysed the many factors that comes to play in trying to make sense of the situation, but then it seems the more we analyse it, the more irrational the situation becomes. The more, well, I was going to say senseless, but then there's no euphemism for that. It is indeed senseless why people are more focused on power than what the power was meant for in the first place. What do you do with power if it's not to make the life of your people better? The answer to that question is obvious. The whole point of you contesting for an election and actually winning is to take care of the people that have put you there. But talk about in the is a John who is a public affair. Of course, the grass suffers, and the grass in this metaphor are unfortunately the citizens. Chaos has ensued. Buildings are burning. People are dying. The legislature is hardly functioning. We have court cases upon court cases and conflicting judgment. The question I want to ask conclusively before we open the phone lines and take public opinion: at what point will the interest of the people be made a top priority? Mazi, let's hear you first before we have Mr. Oshiomhole also give his 2 cents on that question.
Yeah, at no point, honestly, will the interest of people be taken into consideration by this crop of politicians, because they've been able to buy their ways through the local government, state government, and to the national. It will be difficult, almost impossible, for them to think about you. They are after themselves. Let me give you an example. Now, when we are crying of hardship, difficulties in the land, our lawmakers were busy enjoying themselves, and our president had the moral courage to buy jet for himself and also approve 160 million naira for each lawmaker to buy FCV car. Where is the moral? Where is the moral value there? Where is the concern of the people? Ordinarily, if he's fighting for the interest of the common man, he would have said, gentlemen, we are asking these people to tighten their belt. Let us tighten our belt. And none of them there will say that they don't have their own houses. None of them will say that they don't have their own cars. Why can't they make use of it for a time being? So at no time, because it is now, why they are there is to make money for themselves, not for the people. He talked about when the elephant fights. The rivers people are now the ones fighting and suffering. And Nigerian masses are the ones suffering. But do you blame the politicians? Is it not you who motivate yourself and collected 10,000 for 8 years? And when you have collected that 10,000 for 8 years, what did you do? So at no point until we get it right. But again, getting it right is making sure that the right people are in place. When the righteous are on throne, the people rejoice. Look, let me tell you, the president is here. He determines who becomes the Senate president. He determines who becomes the Speaker of the House. Likewise, the governor. They want to make sure those that will protect their interests, that we pass their bill or whatever with speed without looking back. That's the problem. It didn't start from this present administration. It started way back. So the interest of the people is not their concern. But until we get it right, until we know that leadership means service, until we make sure that people are elected to serve people, and the interest of people should be their concern, that is when we begin to enjoy the dividend of democracy. We are not enjoying. I don't know how soon it will be, but very soon, more sooner than later, we will get it right. The great Alexander the Great, when he was to die, after conquering the whole world, he said, when I die, put me in a casket, bring up my 2 hands. I came empty, and I'm going back empty. Do they understand this? Do they know this?
Thank you very much, Mazi. Mr. Sᴛʞᴜᴜᴛ, what is your response to this question? When will the people become a priority to those in the political class?
I think it doesn't have to be a rocket science. You have a situation where you have the people take all people in the House of Representatives, House of Assembly, in the Senate. These people are supposed to be there, on the people, for the people's needs. Then you have peaceful protest. Their leadership, the political elite, ought to listen to. Then you have a platform like this that is right there to put those in government on their toes by advising them, by listening to the voice of reason. But a situation whereby the government has to wait until people carry arms and until people become 2G of this world, the bandits, and until people become the Asandi, until people become the Igbos, it doesn't have to get to that. And it seems that is what government always appreciate, that people have to raise hands against the state before they are called to the round table. And when people, it doesn't seem.
I appreciate your expertise on the matter. Well, it's time for us to talk to the people, and hopefully we get to enjoy the privilege of hearing from you another time. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, please.
Yes, have a great evening. Thank you so very much. Well, there you have it. We've had a conversation about the rule of law, what governance should be like, and how the individuals that we have taxed with the responsibility of caring for us are now too carried away with retaining the power that we gave to them, such that we have become an afterthought in their mind. Of everything that has been said, let's hear your opinion on the subject matter. This is still The Situation, Room on Mainland 98.3 FM. The phone line is 0913-6000-410. If you would like to send a WhatsApp message or a text message, please do so via the number 0913-6000-430. We're also streaming the program live on Facebook and on YouTube. I already see the messages that have dropped. I'll read them as we continue to take contributions, but then you can still join the live stream and send your messages using the live chat option. We're streaming on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Because we are fast running out of time, you'd have to work with 1 minute. So each caller is entitled to just 1 minute. So we're able to take as many contributions as possible. Thank you very much for your understanding. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, maybe good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. Introduce yourself and what's your submission?
Yeah, this is Ďᴜ calling from Ďᴜ.
All right, go ahead.
See, I want to disagree with the one.
Please, can you move away from your radio, please? There's a feedback and it's very unpleasant.
Yeah, who said?
Please move away from the radio or turn down the volume.
Can you hear me now?
Maybe call us back, all right? Please call us back. When you're calling, move away from your radio, turn down the volume. You can't speak and hear yourself at the same time. Each caller is entitled to 1 minute, like we said before, so we can take as much contributions as possible. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Good evening.
Yes.
This is Pastor Badamasi from Sᴛʜᴜᴜᴜ.
All right, go ahead, please.
Yeah, yes. When we talk about structure in the party, why so this structure thing? You see, it's kind of an hierarchy. And we politicians, we know what we do. We go cap in hand early in the morning to one of aspirants, bringing our problems to them, and they solve it. You see, when you say Godfather, they spend a lot of money. Don't be mistaken. They spend a lot of money to party members, particularly those ones who want to be something like aspirants or candidates and all that. So we sold our consciences. That is the problem we have. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for your brevity. I really appreciate it. Let's take as many phone calls as we can. 0913-6000-410. Don't forget to turn down the volume of your radio the minute we answer the call. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This is Mr. James from Georgetown.
Welcome. Go ahead, please. All right, go ahead, please.
Thank you, guest so far. They have spoken my mind, actually. So, you asked a question. I mean, where is the interest of people in all these things? Because sometimes many of us will be calling and say that these people, they really bestow their political sagacity for doing this and doing that. Is that what we need? We are talking about what will benefit Nigeria, what will use that good governance that actually makes democracy something that people will desire to have or to practice. So that is the question, but people are deviating from this fact. We are not talking about whether you have the skills, whether you have the idea, whatever, but we're talking about what will yield that immediate result, that desired result. Is it good for us? Like some of us say, we want Nigeria to be good, and yet they are supporting people who are building strong individuals. They are not all about how strong institutions will be enacted.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sage.
Yes, good evening. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Sᴛʞᴜᴜᴛᴜᴜ. I'm calling from Egbeda.
All right.
Yeah, the problem we have in this country is we the people. Without supporters, without followers of evil and greedy people, they will never succeed. You understand? Because if you look at some of the statements these so-called emperors are making, or even the so-called wikis, even our president sometimes, it sounds like one. They will make statements and so people will be clapping. You understand? So all these things boil down to sentiment. You understand? There's no nationalistic attitude. All you see is personal interest. Until we deal with such things, we never move forward. Now, it's all in the hands of Nigerians now, I'm telling you. Because nobody will come and fight for Nigerians with all these things that are going on. We need to tell ourselves the truth and fight for ourselves. We need somebody in the mode of J.J. Rowling, people that have visions. We have vision like that.
Thank you so much.
I don't know what to say.
Have a great evening.
Well.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Evening.
Introduce yourself. Get straight to the point, please.
Okay, the problem in Nigeria is...
Tell us your name and where you're calling from, sir.
Okay. My name is Destiny. I'm calling from Ikeja.
All right, Destiny, go ahead.
I want to do things like cake from home. The oil, they're going, when I saw another oil, that the same cake, but that was bigger. So we asked the price, and it was the same price. When I went back to the woman, Nan told her that the cake that I bought is 5 liters instead of 6 liters. Nan said that she did not know, that she did not measure it. And it was, if Nan gave us the oil, she said that we should give her back her 100 naira that she removed for us. So was it the 100 naira now that we are going to dash her one bottle of this oil?
Thank you.
Because if she, those ones now, if they do, they will say that the president is not trying, the president is not doing this. The president is not at fault, we are at fault.
Thank you so very much for calling. We appreciate you. Very interesting story there. Let me read the messages we have on Facebook. Atonda Kayode Samuel says, the Godfather have the financial muscle and also the people at heart, while loyalty of a loyalist is paramount to the Godfather, provided he has allegiances with the Godfather in question. That's trust bestowed upon the loyalist by the Godfather. All right, whatever that means. Benjamin Isse here says, good evening, Sage. It is unfortunate that Nigeria finds herself in this political situation of Godfatherism. The Godfatherism in our politics is nothing but to cover looted fund when in office, and when a structure they don't want to destroy. I ask, are they the ones that created the state or the country? Are they the first to govern the state or the country? Take a look at what is happening in Kogi State, for example, because of Godfatherism. Ododo, the current governor of Kogi State, is covering Yahaya Bello, an alleged looter of billions of naira of Kogi State Fund, all in the name of Godfatherism. Not until the issue of Godfatherism is arrested in our political system, we will remain where we are, as Godfatherism in politics in Nigeria has become a concern. Benjamin from Sᴛʴ�ᴜᴛ there with a message. We have another one here. Benjamin Isse says, okay, it's the same message. There's no need to send it multiple times. I'll read it. Christopher Efyog says, Sister Sage, a wonderful noon to you and Mainland FM. God bless you too. Something I always ask myself is this question: how come we have been hearing Godfather in a democracy? Because democracy is all about rule of law. I personally found out that since and before the coming of democracy, politicians were busy building strong individuals instead of strong institutions, thereby step aside to control what they call a structure. If they eventually retire from office, they move to live the rest of their lives at the National Assembly. Then the structure continues, and then they make sure that the citizens cannot hold them accountable even when they leave office. Now, they've even graduated into training thugs and also giving them weapons to tackle their opponents at the polling units during the election period. May God have mercy on Nigeria. All right, thank you very much. Tᴜᴜᴜ with a message here says, good evening, Sage. The Inspector General of Police, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Wike, they are really doing their best. They decided to choose problem rather than peace in River State just because of selfishness. Thank you very much, Tᴜᴜᴜ. It's going to be difficult to edit this message of yours, so I'll just skip it. I'm really sorry, but I can't do that right now. Adedayo Samson Adewomi says, the issue of Godfatherism in Nigerian politics cannot be overemphasized. Everyone that has ruled in one capacity or the other would want to project himself as a godfather to those who aspire to take over from them. Ralphie with a message here says, our politicians are setting up a bad record. I wonder why our so-called pastors and religious leaders are silent on the issue. All right, thank you very much for that message here. Temitayo Onotoye Michael says, hello Mainland FM. If our leaders, as the case may be, are fortunate to have power, all our natural resources being under their control, should they now make life miserable for us? We the citizens will now have to be at their mercy to get a comfortable life. On River State, it's high time we need to use the state as a case study to put a stop to Godfatherism in the country for peace to reign and allow the people to enjoy the full dividend of democracy. God bless Nigeria. Temitope Onotoye from Ijagemo community. Thank you very much, Onotoye, for your message. Let's read this one here. I might not be able to take another phone call because some of you would not stick within the 1 minute. So we have here, we always choose smoke while the wood is fast burning. The dancing bird has a drama by the corner. It is a calculated attempt by this government to create problem, and they want a state of emergency to be declared in Rivers State. We're not surprised by godfatherism, as even the incumbent is a genius. We're watching. Time and history will tell. Let me take this last phone call. 1 minute, please, and we call it a wrap. Hello. 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 Okay, I apologize. I was really trying to sneak in a call there, but unfortunately we are out of time. Thank you so very much for your time. I appreciate your desire to always participate on all the conversations that we have here on radio. We're here for you. Basically, we're here to listen to you, and we're here to give you information and also get your feedback. I'm Sage Babalola. It's been an exciting 90 minutes with you, but this continues tomorrow, same time, same station, from 4 p.m. all the way to 5:30 p.m. Ʀᴜʟᴜ Akínyẹ̀dé will be here with fresh conversations for you. Stick around. The conversation never ends here on Mainland 98.3 FM. At 5:30, you would have the full bulletin of the news. Don't go anywhere. We are the sound of Lagos, Mainland 98.3 FM.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio, reaching stars, the sound of Lagos.